I hope you all had an amazing Memorial Day weekend. It is now Tuesday, coming up on that 1 week mark. Tomorrow I will have had the bike, well, from the time I picked it up, 1 week, exactly 1 week. So just figured I would do a quick little review, and also I want to bring back up Memorial Day. Again, I hope everybody had a great time. You got together with your families, spent some quality time, maybe had a cookout, or you got out on your bike and got a ride in. But I also hope that you took just a moment, whatever it takes, to think about what it all represents. You know, a lot of people gave their lives so that we can have the freedom to have those cookouts and ride our bikes and have a great time. So anyway, that's all I wanted to do. Just throw that little thought in your head and appreciate what we have.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Back to the bike. This thing, after a week, I just got one word: amazing. It is so much fun. It's just a little screamer. It is everything that everybody talks about. I mean, it's no wonder it's so sought after, and you can't find them anywhere. But it is fun. I am selling my other bikes. I do have the MT-07 and the Goldwing up for sale. I do want to focus more on this bike. But if one of them, if the Goldwing sells first, I will keep the MT-07, and vice versa. I mean, I still may sell the Goldwing because I have some things I want to do with that money, but for the most part, yeah, if the Goldwing sells first, I'll definitely keep the MT-07. I've put so much work into it, and it's also a very fun bike to ride. I don't talk about it enough, but I've had it for longer. So this is the new toy. On this bike, obviously, it is, you know how much fun it is. It's still stock though, and right now I'm going to the DMV to get the title work done on it. For whatever reason, when I picked it up at the dealer, I didn't look for the certificate of origin, so they did finally mail that to me. It came on the weekend, and now I can go get this thing tagged. And unfortunately, the farmer here doesn't set his damn sprinkler right, and I may be getting wet. What a dick. Oh no, this happens right after I wash my car. But I'm gonna go as far over here as possible, and oh, we're wet. Son of a bitch. What a dickhead. Thanks, man. All right, I'll have to bleep some of that out. But if you notice, look at this. The faster I go, look at that water just roll right off. Well, there's a reason for that. The first thing I do with any of my vehicles when I buy them is I get a ceramic coating put on it. Oh, hold on, let me double check, make sure you guys can still see. Okay, I'm guessing you can probably see now. But yeah, the first thing I do is put a ceramic coating on all my new vehicles. It's a very simple process. It's a bit time consuming, but I highly recommend, if you buy any new vehicle, I mean car, bike, doesn't matter, you coat all the shiny spots, including windshields and all that, with some ceramic coating. And it's a simple process. Just basically wash it real well, get it cleaned, because you know, even the ride home you're going to get something on there. I go over with a light polishing compound just to kind of get it all a little bit buffed out, and then of course there is a prep that comes with it. Now I use the Adams polishes. That brand is done me right. I've done a couple different coatings, but that graphene one is pretty good. I go over it. Now the one I have is a UV. It's purple, so it does have a light that comes with it, so you know that you're getting full coverage. But since I did this out in the sun, I could pretty much see my coverage, and it turned out amazing. I'm keeping this thing under 10,000 RPMs just because it's still in the break-in period, but I'm still gonna have fun with it. This is the way to get around, man. This thing has been so much fun. And there's Dover Air Force Base with a, ooh, there's an air, that is a new refueler. Wow, I didn't even know they had taken delivery. I've been out of the Air Force so long, I don't even know what they have anymore. That thing is awesome. Oh, and we have arrived at the wonderful dysfunctional motor vehicle department. It's not that I mind. I mean, of course, I would certainly not give up my root canal appointment for this, but yeah, it's kind of that bad. Yeah, the DMV, I guess here it's not too bad. It just depends on the day. Now, this is coming off of a holiday that they were closed Monday, so it's probably going to be busy. And well, there's not too many cars in the inspection lane. That's the key, getting through the inspection lane. Now, what are we doing here? This is a brand new bike. It doesn't require inspection for 7 years. However, I did purchase this out of state, and I just have a certificate of origin now. So in Delaware, you actually have to go through, they have to do a VIN verification check. That means the certificate of origin has to match what's on this bike. And to be honest, I didn't even check, so I hope it's correct. But I'm pretty sure it is, and I did look at it. It was the type of bike, so it's good enough for me. And once I get that paper signed off from them that they inspected that VIN, I can go in and get my 7-year tags, which is nice to just pay in advance and not worry about it. And then we can start doing all that illegal stuff, you know, like fender eliminator, the loud exhaust and stuff like that. All right. Have a good one. Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna head on in here, and then I'll get back to you guys. I have been in, got a number, and it's at least an hour wait. And that's typical here. That's what you got to live with. If you've got a couple hours out of your day you really want to put aside and go sit around and listen to people's numbers getting called, this is for you. This place is definitely for you. Me, I'm gonna go for a ride because I am hungry. They play videos in there for you so that you can you know, be entertained. And they show this, there's like this cooking video on how to make these snacks, and I'm like, oh my god, those things look good. I'm hungry, but I don't need to be watching that. And it was all carbs, which I'm not doing right now because of keto. But so I'm gonna go find a low carb meal somewhere. Because I bought this bike out of state, I'm doing my own title work. If you buy a bike here in Delaware, the dealer's gonna do it for you, but it takes a lot longer. So dealers can put in batches. They can go to the DMV, like, I don't know if they go once a day or once a week, but they'll bring a batch of all the vehicles that they sold. You know, that's fine, except if they sold a lot of vehicles, you could be at the back and you could be waiting well over a month. And more than likely, you're waiting over a month to get your vehicle titled and tagged. So there's a little bit, if you just want to be done and not have a T-tag on your bike, buy it from out of state, come to your own title work. Granted, you're going to be waiting a couple hours, you may be in my situation, but at the same time, I didn't pay their admin fee to go do all their title work, because when they do the title work and they have to send it in and deal with the DMV, they charge you for that. So yeah, it cost me a couple of hours, but it probably saved me over $100. So there's another advantage. Alright, well, the DMV is complete. I did it just in time. I walked in there, they called my number within 3 minutes. So I couldn't have timed that better. So yeah, I'm amazed. That was perfect. That's what I recommend. If you're going to the DMV, go get something to eat. Get your number, go to get something to eat, and come on back. Because that worked out perfect. And it is another day. Got a buddy who called me up. He's right back there in the mirror. You might see him, I don't know. And he wanted, like, man, it's a nice day out. Let's go for a ride. He had a little bit of time, so we are gonna go do a ride to the beach kind of thing, but not just any beach, Bowers Beach. It's kind of hard to call it a beach because nobody goes there, as far as I know, to lay out, because it's just the bay, Delaware Bay. So we're gonna do a quick ride over to Bowers, then we're gonna do a round trip to South Bowers, which is interesting because if you've ever been to Bowers and you know what I'm talking about, you can't get to South Bowers from North Bowers. It's just like a waterway that divides it. There's no boat across unless you own one, and there's and the current there so strong, I don't even know if you could like go straight across. But at any rate, that's where we're going. We're gonna do a nice little day ride. But I kind of stopped when I started talking about getting the bike tag. I didn't really cover just how this has been. It has been a blast. I now have 217 miles on it, and I already have my tag, which is great. And but now it's just, you know, getting out and enjoying it as I do the improvements over time. But for right now, this thing is just, it's hard to explain what I love so much about this bike, because it's not terribly fast. It's not like a, you know, 600 or a 1000 where you can just crank on it and the front end wants to come up and you're like, woohoo, because it just goes so fast. It's more of a, you know, it does have a little power to it, and I like I've said many times, I'm gonna get more power out of it. We're gonna have this, sent this off and get it tuned. So I'm anxious to see how much of a difference that feels like. Ooh, we got some road work ahead. But my whole thing is, it's just the sound it makes. The handling is just amazing. Again, I'm not used to being in this, having a bike with this geometry. You know, the MT-07's like been the sportiest bike I've had for a long time, and while it's been fun, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. I'll never put my finger on it, but once you ride one, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's fun. It's like you're, I don't know, it's like a toy. It's more of a toy. It's not super fast and dangerous, which are not toys. Never just go get your motorcycle license and go out and buy a Super Sport 600 or a 1000. Those are really track bikes. This is like a cross between a track bike. Yes, it's set up, it's got a lap timer, and people will track these all day long and have a blast doing it. But this bike is more, I don't know, kind of an in-between, in my opinion. But he needs gas. He's bingo fuel, so we're gonna head up to our version of a stab and grab, get him some fuel, and then we're gonna go do our ride. All right. I keep forgetting I got this quick shifter. That's another thing about this bike. I love the quick shifter. I just don't understand why more bikes don't have one. If it's a couple $100 on an option, as an option on a bike, by all means pay that. You will love it. Look at that, no clutch, just kind of, as long as you're positive throttle and you hit it, bam, it goes right there. And the same thing with if you're going to downshift, you just let off, boom, kick down on it, goes right down. That's awesome. I recommend that if you have any bike with just, you like a little bit of get up and go, and it's like an automatic transmission, except you decide when the shift point is. You're going to see this bike a lot more on the channel. I've got a lot to do. I'm gonna get to ordering today. I'm gonna try to order some stuff. I would have my exhaust ordered already, but it's back ordered everywhere. Revzilla doesn't have it. The only exhaust really out there for this bike right now is the Graves, and it's the Graves slip-on. I'm sure I've seen videos where people put other ones on there, and I don't know where they're getting them. But yeah, so I want to get that ordered as soon as it becomes available. I put in there to let me know when it comes in. And I've got a new helmet on the way right now. I'll talk a little bit about that. Again, Sport Bike Track here hooked me up, like hell of a deal, an absolute hell of a deal. All right, we're gonna pop in here, get some fuel, and then we'll get back on the road. Fast forward, this guy got gas. We're almost to Bowers Beach, and it reminds me, when you see this sign every Memorial Day weekend, they do this pirate festival, and it's awesome, but I have yet to make it. Right? I mean, I see all the pictures. Yeah, the Memorial Weekend Buccaneer Bash or whatever. That's so freaking cool. But every time I see it, I'm like, oh, that was the other day. I mean, you still see all the pirate flags along here, which is really cool. If you ever wanted to be a pirate. Arr. I'm just gonna do a quick trip up here, show you guys what Bowers Beach looks like, and then I'm gonna close this one out. So you know, just so you know, everything that you already know what I've done to the bike as far as which hasn't been much because I've only had it a week, but I do love it. I got that ceramic coating on it. Again, if you have any new vehicle, get that ceramic coating on right away to help protect it. And even if you didn't do a great job doing it, it's still protected. So I'm going to turn right here and go over here to the beach parking. I actually call it beach parking. I don't know. I guess people do come here and go to the beach. It's kind of weird because it's just the Delaware Bay. There's not like waves. You don't want to walk out there in that mud. But then again, I haven't tried it, so I can't really knock it. But you've got the Bayview Tavern over here, the red building, JP on the wharf over there, JP's, which are, you know, I boycotted that place, but I might talk about that in another video. Yeah, if you just want a nice cold beer, Bayview Tavern's awesome. Just they are locals, so you gotta be careful. They are kind of funny. Well, they think you're kind of funny if you come in there and they don't know you. That kind of funny. But yeah, there's a Coast Guard station. Just want to come up here, take a look. And it is beautiful today. Yeah, good place just to kind of come take a look-see. All right. Well, I want to leave you guys with that nice view right there. Got another video coming out real soon. Again, I'm going to talk about my 6 months of being on YouTube, what I've learned, mistakes I've made, and stuff like that. So until then, I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.